I guess the question really comes down to, do I want to be cool, calm, and collected this week, or do I want to be a scatterbrained mess? Hello again, team. It's Jess or Jessie Corinne on behalf of the Artronal of Design team, coming to you with how to plan a weekly reset. Now, if you haven't heard about a weekly reset before, this is effectively a sequence of steps that you can do before the week starts so that you enter the new week feeling cool, calm, and collected. Effectively so you know what's happening when and the things you need to get done. This video does have a related blog post over on the Artronal of website, so be sure to check out the description box for a link to that. But in this video, we're going to look at a general overview of the process of setting up your own weekly reset checklist. The first thing that I like to do before setting up any kind of new routine for myself is giving myself a reason for doing it. Why is it that I actually want to incorporate this new routine into my life? Having a solid why behind any routine that you're planning is going to make it so much more likely that you actually stick to it. In terms of my weekly reset, the purpose of this one is very much related to stress, or in particular avoiding stress. Any week that I don't get my weekly reset done, I feel way more stressed about what's going on and the things that I need to do, mainly because I don't have that sense of clarity that I would otherwise have if I had completed my weekly reset. The weekly reset is effectively a favor to my future self to make sure that future Jess can make the most of her time and not be worried that she's forgotten something. Other ways to think about the why behind your weekly reset are to consider the purpose you want it to serve or the way you want it to make you feel. Once you've got your why though, then it's time to start brainstorming how are we going to make this a reality? What kind of action steps can you include in your weekly reset process to ensure that that purpose is fulfilled? Because the weekly reset is primarily focused on entering the new week with clarity, the majority of the tasks in the reset process involve collecting all of your tasks and events into one place, and then sorting through these and putting them into the locations that they're most likely going to get referenced. For instance, throughout any given week, I'll take down notes and reminders in my phone on the Notes app, or I might send myself a message, or I'll write it down on a sticky note. But these aren't the places that I'm going to go back to when it comes to actually getting my things done. The places I'm more likely to check are my calendar and my weekly log. Here you can see I'm brainstorming out some possible ideas for a weekly reset. I find doing this as a mind map, like we have in the video, to be the most helpful way for me, but you could of course just write yourself a list. When brainstorming the action steps for your reset, it's good to consider what aspects of life are you trying to reset. For me, it's very much getting that clean slate feeling for my productivity systems, but you might also be looking for resets in other areas of your life. For instance, resets related to financials or self-care, physical resets. For instance, a physical reset task could be doing something like a face scrub or a hair mask, some of those physical self-care tasks that are suitable to be done once a week. You might want your reset to include things like checking in with any goals that you've set for yourself and the progress that you're making towards those, or resetting your physical and digital spaces. For instance, inbox zero in your email inboxes, and tidying up your workstation. As an example, here is the brainstorm that I did when I was generating my weekly reset checklist. You can see the different areas that I was considering and the tasks that I selected related to those. Once you've got all your ideas down though, it's then time to consider which ones are actually going to make it into your reset. Select the ones that you want to include, the ones that are going to help you serve that purpose that you outlined before, and once you've got these, you can sequence them into a series of steps that make sense. In sequencing my weekly reset checklist, I decided rather than having them in a rigid step-by-step structure, I put them into the 5 categories of before the reset, the start of the reset, the middle and the end of the reset, and then after the reset. Once you've got your list completely sorted though, then you need to make sure you're actually going to do it. I personally keep my weekly reset checklist in the front cover of my journal as a little flip out tab, just so that it's really easily referenceable for every time I need to do that reset. If you wanted to see an example of a full weekly reset process, do be sure to head over to my channel where I have a couple of videos showing how I do mine. Hopefully this has been a helpful video for you guys, and I would love to hear about what you're considering putting in your weekly reset. As mentioned, this video does have a related blog post, so be sure to check that one out. And until next time, bye!